ANC, viva! Viva ANC, viva! Viva Kosatu, viva! Viva Sanko, viva! Malibongwe! Igama lamakosikazi! Mandla! Comrades, I greet you all in the name of the African National Congress. And we wish to thank you all for being here at the launch of our manifesto. I stand on the protocol and recognitions that were presented by the Secretary General. Today here in Riverside, we place before the people of South Africa and the membership and the supporters of the African National Congress the manifesto presented by the National Executive Committee for the 2026 local government elections. Comrades, there could hardly be a more appropriate place from which to launch our manifesto than here in Riverside. Here, South Africans who once had little prospect of owning a home have received houses through a democratic state that is led by the African National Congress. And here they live alongside fellow South Africans of great means. This is significant because apartheid was not only a system that separated people by race, it also separated them by geography, by opportunity and wealth. Our task is to continue dismantling the divisions of the past. The people who lived here, the majority, came from Alexandria. They lived in one-room shacks, and today they have their own houses delivered by the African National Congress. Riverside therefore represents both the progress we have made and the work that remains to be made. When we are here, we can see what we have achieved, but when we are here, we also get inspiration for what we should achieve throughout South Africa. That when we build houses, we should build houses of the quality that we see, as our Premier said. Here, our people from Alexandria are living side by side with those who are wealthy, those who have got big houses, and we are combining the poor and the wealthy as well. But we are doing more. When I was here some time ago, our people said, President, we are grateful that we are here, but there are certain things that are missing. We want a clinic nearby. And we said, yes, we will bring a clinic nearby. And that is being done. They said we want a police station nearby. Yes, we said we will have a police station. A mobile police station is coming as we are going to build a police station. They said we want a school nearby, and a school is being constructed. So all these things are happening to ensure that we build communities, and we just don't. It's not a document that is written from a distance. It is a compact a contract that has been shaped by the lived experience of our people, by the mother who wakes up in the morning to see whether there is water in the tap, by the worker who travels on an unlit road, by the small business owner waiting for a permit, by the family that wants its refuse collected and its neighborhood kept clean and safe. Local government comrades that we are today focusing on is where democracy becomes a part of everyday life. Our democracy is experienced not through the Constitution or the laws that we pass in the National Assembly in Cape Town. It is experienced through the water that flows from a tap, the electricity that powers our home and lights our homes, the road that takes a child to school, the street light that makes a community safer, and the municipal official who responds when a resident asks for help. When these things work, people feel the presence of a caring and a capable local government. When they do not work, confidence in government and in democracy is weakened. Over the 32 years, comrades, South Africans have worked together to build a country that is more equal, that is more inclusive and more humane, where apartheid left communities without basic services and infrastructure. And most of us all know what apartheid did. We have now built millions of houses. We have laid kilometers and kilometers of water pipes and electricity lines. We have constructed roads, we've built clinics, hospitals, schools, colleges, and universities, and opened opportunities that did not exist before for people of our country. Many of this progress has been achieved through an ANC-led government, but we must also speak with honesty. In too many municipalities, comrades, services are unreliable, infrastructure is deteriorating, and communities wait too long to have their problems solved. There are water treatment plants that are not properly maintained. The pipes that should deliver and transport the water are aging and are deteriorating. The sewage spills that remains unattended is a continuous problem. Street lights that remain broken and refuse that is not collected. There are municipalities, we must admit, that are in financial trouble. There are municipalities that have been weakened by poor leadership, political instability, corruption, and the appointment of people who do not have the skills required for the work that they must perform. Now, as the ANC, we, comrades, accept responsibility both for the progress that has been made, but we also accept responsibility what it is in terms of development, because we have worked with our people. But we will similarly say that there have been weaknesses, there have been failures, and we will admit them as the African National Congress. We will not seek to explain away the frustration of our people. We feel our people's frustration. We will not dismiss the anger that our people feel. We will not ask communities to accept our excuses where they have a right to expect us to do more. Over the past several months, we have traveled across the country to report back, but also to listen and to learn. The people have told us what is working. Yes, as we have gone from house to star a house, but by Yesu, Banse Bari Khalusetsa, Bari President, Secretary General, National Chairperson, Deputy Secretary General wa pele wa bobedi le motshwara matlotlo a ANC. Sena se a sebetsa. Empa ba hlalosa hape hore ho na le tseo tse sa sebetseng. Batho ba rona ba re jwetsa nnete e re amohelang ka pelo tse tshweu. Ha ba bua jwalo re a ikokobetsa re le African National Congress. We humble ourselves and say, yes, we admit that we have made progress, but along the way, there have been weaknesses. Yes, we have had them. Sibazwile abantu bethu, uma besitshela amaqiniso, uma besitshela ukuthi ubunzima abaphila ngaphansi kwabo kungakanani. We have heard and we have listened. The message is clear. The next phase of local government must be about implementing the policies that we have put out. And in most of the places we go, interacting with our people, they do tell us that yes, as the ANC, you've got good policies, you've got good values, you've got very good traditions that you need to follow, but we now want to see implementation, we want to see action. They say we want to see that you improve our lives in the municipalities. There should be reliability, there should be competence, we should have people who are serving us, people of integrity, and people who have accountability. And they say it is no longer enough to just merely come to us and tell us what you have done. You must now tell us, having admitted that there have been weaknesses, what you are now going to do to correct those mistakes, and they have been forthright. And they also say it is no longer enough to say you'll build new infrastructure. You must maintain what you build. We must make service delivery work every day, and we must respond faster and must speed up the spending of budgets. The ANC does not believe that the trust of the people can be inherited, but it must be earned, and we must earn the trust and the respect of our people on an ongoing basis. So this manifesto that we're presenting today is against the background of what our people have said. But this manifesto has also been drafted by our people themselves, our organizations, our unions, COSATU and our unions have been deeply involved. Sanko has been deeply involved. Abahlali have been deeply involved. Professional bodies have been involved. Professional bodies like lawyers and others have been deeply involved in the drafting of this manifesto. And you yourselves have been deeply involved in our community meetings. As we have held community meetings you have raised these issues that now are combined in this manifesto. This manifesto, comrades, sets out 6 actions through which we will earn the trust and continue building better communities together. Our first action is to provide water, electricity, and other basic services that are affordable, reliable, and available to all. Every South African community must have clean water, dignified sanitation, reliable electricity, maintained roads, regular refuse removal, and infrastructure that supports a decent quality of life. This is what you have said, and this is what our manifesto talks to. Over the past few years, the ANC-led government has overseen a remarkable improvement in the country's electricity supply. After more than a decade of persistent load shedding, we took far-reaching action to restore Eskom's performance, to improve the maintenance, and to bring new generation capacity onto our electricity line grids. South Africa has now passed more than 460 days without load shedding. That has been a great achievement. Barata kapa barati, ke mosebetsi o entsweng ke ANC. Laba sa re rate, mosebetsi o entswe ke ANC. 7 of our provinces are now free from load reduction, and work is continuing in the remaining affected areas in Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal. We know for it, while load shedding has largely ended, there is load reduction. And yes, our Department of Electricity is solving that problem on an ongoing basis. Who says in the provinces or load reduction? Now, load reduction is hela. It is load reduction for This progress shows what can be achieved when there is clear leadership, skilled management, disciplined execution, and cooperation across government, public institutions, business, labor, and society. Yes, our Eskom is now delivering electricity properly on an ongoing basis. And our Eskom, remember, is 100% owned by the people of South Africa. Our task now is to ensure that this progress reaches every household and every business, and that electricity is reliable and affordable. And water requires the same urgency. It requires the same focus and discipline. The ANC-led government, comrades, is mobilizing all spheres of government to address the challenge of water. You will know, from time to time, we face the challenge of water bursts, water unavailability, and our people at times go for days and weeks without water. This is a problem that we are addressing. This includes investment in our dams, in our pipelines, in our water treatment plants, and the repair of municipal networks to reduce losses and to strengthen local water services. Now, through the processes that we have embarked upon, we are improving the performance and financial sustainability of our water. We will not allow national, provincial, and local government to pass responsibility from one sphere to another while communities go without services. The three spheres will work together as one government to serve our people. What we've been experiencing thus far is that our various spheres of government have been working alone in isolation. Going forward, comrades, we are now going to work together to resolve even problems such as these. Over the next 5 years, the ANC-led municipalities will prioritize the maintenance and renewal of infrastructure. They will repair leaks. They will eliminate sewage spills. Yes, our people have been complaining about sewage spills where they live. And we are now saying our municipal councils that will be elected are going to be forced to focus on sewage spills. Really, sewage aresa batla bona sewage etsamayang diterateng e tshwanetse re fe le di-mayor tsa rona ba sa di fetse monyako o tla ba o bulegile ba tswele kantle ka hobane re batla gore ba sebetse ba etse mosebetsi o ba tshwanetseng gore ba o etse. Comrades, we will reduce excessive dependence on consultants and contractors by rebuilding technical and engineering and financial project management capacity of municipalities. Hunale, this disease of outsourcing everything, which Kosati was talking about. We will want most of the services. Yes, who will do all the work. We will accelerate upgrading of informal settlements. We will expand access to service sites and transfer title deeds to people who have waited too long for proof of ownership of their homes. The title deeds get us chaba asita office, the schedule office. Our people must get their title deeds. The government has no business to be keeping title deeds in the drawers. The title deeds must be in the hands of our people. Our people must own their properties. And therefore, we must move with speed to ensure that title deeds are distributed to our people. We will protect households from the rising cost of living through fair, transparent, and affordable tariffs. Those who can pay for services should be able to pay. Those who genuinely cannot afford, we will make sure that the indigent subsidy which amounts to some 70 billion rand a year, if it's about to, for other purposes. The ANC will protect and expand free basic services. Municipal services and facilities must be accessible to persons with disabilities. Who have disabilities, they must be fully supported. And older persons, women and children must also be supported. We will expand access to reliable internet connectivity and provide free public Wi-Fi at municipal offices, at libraries and community facilities. A number of our cities, and I remember the city at Tshwane, they have been able to provide free Wi-Fi services. And we call upon other cities, or they must provide places in the city where there can be free Wi-Fi. There is no difficulty in doing that, and we are going to ensure that that indeed happens. A tap that works, a light that stays on, and a street that is maintained are not luxuries. They are the basic promise of our municipalities. Now, comrades, we will move forward to ensure that we empower our people. Our second action is to create more work and attract more investment where people live. Every municipality must become an engine of local development, not an obstacle to it. We want our municipalities to be centers of commerce, to be centers of business activity. We want our municipalities to attract investors. And I wish that every municipality should have an investment office where people who want to invest in the municipality go to that office and they are told what it is that the municipality is doing to attract investors. If we can do so, then we will be able to build more jobs for our people. Our cities and our towns and our townships and rural areas must be places where our people can find work. Workers where they can earn a decent income, where entrepreneurs can build their enterprises, and where investors can operate with confidence. We will then be moving, comrades, from having our townships as dormitories, where people just go to sleep and wake up and go to work. We want places where we live to be economic hubs. There must be activity, there must be manufacturing, there must be trading, there must be real business opportunities that the municipalities will need. The ANC-led government is already providing funding and other support, even to spaza shops and small businesses, with particular attention to our townships. Yes, these spaza shops, they now have an opportunity to get assistance, to get funding. Like this spaza shop, how about the Rekisa Magwinya Likota? Government, if you approach government, they should be able to support you. When I arrived, Negbato Yamos Spaza Shop, Kilo Reka Kota, Babarno President Ifedile Kabani Batubati Lemo, Baitengile Le Kota Iseko, Mtebang Shiele Enya no Mama Kwinya, Mzawatenga Mangsuga Lapa, Kulera. So sifuna ukuthi abantu bakithi in the townships nalaba hlala khona kungabi just indawo yokuhlala, kube indawo ye-commerce, kube indawo ye-trading, kube indawo yokuthengisa nokuthenga izinto, kube ne-activity ebonakalayo. I say this because our people are entrepreneurial, our people are business-like. They like to run businesses, and our Department of Small Business Development has also set up structures that can assist those businesses. Over the next 5 years, the ANC-led municipalities will digitize business services and set clear turnaround times for planning approvals, building plans, rezoning permits. And logo, I need to stress, because it's important that when our people deal with our municipalities, they should know that they are going to receive quick service. People should not wait forever to get their licenses. People should not wait forever to get their plans approved. People should not wait forever to get even their invoices properly explained and processed. No entrepreneur should have to wait indefinitely for local government to serve them better. So this message, comrades, is not only to our future councillors, it is also to our public servants who are working in our municipalities. Kule game, sifuna ukuthi our municipalities must step up and be able to demonstrate that there are new municipalities, they are going to offer better and even great service to our people. Working with our communities and business and labor and other stakeholders, each municipality must identify its areas of economic potential and industries that it can support. We will even invite our municipalities to choose areas of their speciality. Those who are capable to do particular areas of capability should be assisted and supported. If what they can do is a speciality, either, for instance, a section in the municipality, ukuthunga impahla, we should have that whole section of the municipality being supported. If, for instance, it is to sell clothes, we should do that and improve economic activity so that more and more of our people should see the opportunities that are available. We will improve, comrades, investment in manufacturing, in agro-processing, in agriculture, in tourism, in fisheries, in the creative economy. And we will invest in township and rural infrastructure. We will support cooperatives. There are many cooperatives that operate home-based businesses and businesses that are owned and led by women, businesses that are owned and led by young people. Municipal procurement must be fair, it must be transparent and developmental. And within the law, it must support local enterprises and help new businesses. And the procurement processes must not be made to support our friends, those that we know, or those that we know are getting tenders corruptly. We must eliminate corruption in the tender system. The tender system yethu must be transparent. Kubonakale ukuthi yes, if amuntu awinne tender, ribe retseba hore we winne ka bokgoni ba hae. Askaba ai winne ka hobane ke motswalle wa meyara. Askaba ai winne ka hobane o ratana le councilora. Askai wina ka hobane yena o tsalana le o mong wa masepala. That is where, comrades, we become competitive. That is where we will then rid our municipality councils of corruption. Municipal infrastructure must create work. It must transfer skills. The work of local government is not only to deliver services, it is also to create the conditions in which our people can build their better lives through their own effort and initiative. Our third action is to build safer streets, cleaner neighborhoods, and healthier communities. No community can prosper when residents are afraid to walk in the streets, use public transport, and enter public spaces. The ANC has prioritized community safety, social cohesion, and the fight against gender-based violence and femicide. The safe communities, comrades, requires all of us must work together. We must be able to work through our community policing forums. And I saw in a number of areas in our country, here in Gauteng, how effective community policing forums can be. I saw it in Tshwane, and I could see that the community is safe. In fact, I saw it at Kekana Gardens, where a number of our people are members of the community policing forums, and they told me, there is no crime here because the community policing forum works effectively. Now, that is what we want to encourage as the African National Congress. Rikotoda uri, hapo une adzura bathu bashuhone, usongo bana bugebenga. Zigebenga zisongo chaba, na ukona ubahone ene mutsini. Arali huna community policing forum, zigebenga ziyashaba. Azingakoni ubahone. Peti hezo zitea peti, arali rine gachashu, richikona uri, ribumbane, ritangane, rite community policing forums, zineza shuma. Comrades, on gender-based violence, we have ensured that we pass the legislation. We've classified gender-based violence as a disaster, and the National Council on GBVF has been established. But we also want our local councils to be the ones who are also going to drive the elimination of gender-based violence. What we always find is that perpetrators of gender-based violence are known in the community. And if we have structures that work together, we will be able to eliminate that. And so this game ezayo ye local government sifuna ukuthi ama council wethu o masipala bethu, they must focus on this terrible scourge of gender-based violence. They must focus from the mayor, right through to the councillors. We must build the structures that will fight gender-based violence. They must work with our police stations, they must work with our courts and our clinics.